Ba-da-bum-ba-dum. Hey, I think I'm live. That's quite possibly happening right now. Hello, how you doing? I'm the real Manos, and welcome to the first episode of the year, I think, for Real Life Manos. Please excuse the ghost that's in front of you. That's the light above here. That's the only light I have. I'm gonna have to do something about that because I think it looks like shit. So I'm gonna have to do something about that. What I don't know. But because I have no technical ability whatsoever. Um, so hey, I decided to stop by and do a few comic reviews. Wow, I look bad. This is really pasty white. Okay, so what did I pick up this week? I'm gonna be talking about the comics I picked up this week, like Captain Marvel, X-Men, Amazing Spider-Man, and Miss Marvel. Also, I'm going to be talking about the Avatar news that just dropped today, and it was so good. I had to look up several different websites to make sure it wasn't fake, like which can happen. We can be fooled. So turns out it was true. So I'm going to be talking about that as well. I want to make sure everything looks right. Let's see. I don't know. I'm looking at the second screen here. I don't know. It doesn't look that bad. Let's see. It's okay. Maybe I can play with the tent or something like that. So I'm going to share this, which is always the coolest part of the videos. Watching me stare at a screen for 2 minutes. Okay. Okay, did that. Lord, why is everything so... And I'm going to try and discuss things. We're live. There we go. And one more on the Real Manos page. Man, I gotta make a snappier way of doing this. I think this part of every video sucks. Let's see. We're live. Okay. Okay, so we're back. All right. We're back doing the show. And I just want to talk to you about what we're kind of going to be doing this year, I guess, on the channel. This has been a challenging year for a lot of people. And me included. So I'm happy to kind of hopefully get things going again. At least that's what I have in mind for the year. For the channel, I've become less and less motivated to do it, which is frustrating. Over the last couple of years, I've put together work for some of these videos, and nobody watches them. It's kind of frustrating, and I wonder, like, what am I doing? What am I bothering making it, like spending a week or 2 weeks on a video and like 20 people watch it? So I don't know. I have a feeling it has a lot to do with the algorithms. Also, I don't know. I'm not the best marketing guy in the world, so that has something to do with it. I'm terrible at chasing algorithm ideas. And frankly, I don't like doing that anyway. It feels fake, feels phony, and it's if I do get lucky with the algorithms, it's just by chance. It's just I wanted to talk about it at the time it's popular. Like, for instance, I'm going to be talking about the Avatar, and that's something I'm really excited about. And that news dropped today. I'm going to do a full first thoughts video about it, and I'll be talking about that too. So I don't know. I feel like I'm going to go back to basics on a lot of my videos, where I'm just going to talk to you, the viewers at home. I don't know. Maybe I'll still script some things, but I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna not try as hard. That not trying was working really well for me on a lot of these videos. I would sometimes prepare notes, but that'd be pretty much it. I just want to talk to you. So that could be it. Mm, excuse me. So anyway, hey, who's joining me today? What Avatar news? What did I miss? Well, don't feel too bad. I think it kind of just dropped within the last 2 hours, and I'll tell you right now. I'll lead off with this before I get into some comic reviews. The exciting news is that Nickelodeon made an announcement today that they're establishing something called Avatar Studios, where they will be focusing primarily on the Avatar universe, and there will be TV shows and films animated focused on this, and it is going to be headlined by the creators of the show. And this was such great news. I actually started looking it up on other sites because it was too good to be true. It was too believable. There was recently a fake news story about Avatar just a few days ago. So I'm like, oh no, it's another bullshit story that we have to get excited about. And no, several main entertainment sites are talking about this, and this does kind of line up with some of the things we've heard about, like one of the head honchos at Nickelodeon and Viacom, actually, I should say, did name drop Avatar as far as one of the shows that they are bringing back. So, other than a movie, a theatrical animated film, they haven't really said anything else. But that's the main plan. It's going to be a Avatar, The Last Airbender animated film, hopefully theatrical. That is, if there are movie theaters to go see it in. And this also will include Legend of Korra. So there's going to be more stuff. And the exciting thing is they're kind of hinting at more in the universe. So maybe we might get to see of avatars of the past and maybe the future, and maybe they'll do some shows and miniseries and animated stuff about characters in the universe, because they can do a series or a film or special or something about someone else. Like they could do a Toph special or mini series. They could do something on guitar, and they owe us big on Sokka because they didn't give us any answers at all about Sokka's life during Legend of Korra. He was actually one of the big question marks in the that series as far as what happened to him. So I would love to see something like that, maybe. And I've been like for a while now been promoting the idea on my social medias, like it would be great if they just made adaptions of some of the graphic novels. Some of the graphic novels they've done are fantastic. Um, let's see. Let's see. This is a really cool way to find out. Wasn't sure. My fear was a strange reboot, like a top miniseries. I never saw Korra. Heard it didn't end well. It did end well. Actually, it ended very, very well. But, it's off topic. I didn't know anything about Avatar except the ending of Korra for like 5 years because the internet kind of exploded about that. So that was the only thing I knew. And the last episode is quite epic and wonderful. I do recommend it. Nickelodeon, I think, pulled their budget, so they couldn't make as many episodes in the last season. So I do think they had to kind of like trim some of the plot. And they forced them to do a clip show episode, which is documented fact that they didn't want to, but Nickelodeon gave them no choice. They said you either fire animators or you do clip show, and that's your choice. And well, of course, they're not going to fire animators. But no, I thought I do recommend Legend Korra a lot. The book 3 is probably the best season. Book 1 is great. I think book 4 is great. And I enjoy book 2. I know it's the black sheep of the group, but I like it a lot. It's got an awkward first half, but after that, it really gets going. Um, yeah, I'm excited to see more in this universe. Excited to see more of these characters. Uh, of course, I would love to see adaptations of The Promise and The Search from Avatar. I am right now reading Turf Wars, and I am halfway through it, and I love it. I'd love to see an adaptation of that. Not to mention, I haven't read Ruins of the Empire, which is the second choreographic novel, and that would be really good because there's more old lady Toph in there, and there is we see the fallout from Kovir and what happens to her. So I can't wait to read those. It would be great if they made those in the animated. I am currently reading the Kyoshi book. There are two Kyoshi novels, and I'd love to see those adapted into film. And some stuff that has not been done yet in comic or novel form. It'd be, like I said, it would be great to see something about Sokka. It'd be great to see more Toph stuff or Katara stuff or Suki. And I don't know. I mean, Grey Griffin is just waiting for more Azula. So she's all set. I'm very excited to see what's going on. Good. I need to sit down and watch it all again. I'm on a Batman Beyond. Let's see. Yeah. I have watched. This past year, I think I watched Avatar and Korra at least 3 times all the way through. So I kind of got a little excited about those shows this year. I am actually a new fan to the universe, and I bring that up in my book 1 review. I'm gonna record a book 2 review soon, and I'm new to the world, and I am like all in. I'm all excited. I'm very excited for people who've been waiting much longer than me. I mean, I just discovered it this year, so it's been kind of more of like weeks. Actually, to be honest, I'm not really run out of stuff because after I finished watching the shows, I started getting into the graphic novels and reading the new novel. So I haven't run out of material yet. I know there have been people who grew up with these shows and they've been out of material for a while. So it's great. And with the thing that is really exciting is the fact that the showrunners are in charge of this. And that's the best possible news because when they were working with the people of the live action series, I guess, with Netflix, and they departed, that kind of made me lose a lot of hope for that being a good project. I'm now knowing this information. I'm wondering if they left that project because they were setting this up. And that makes me even feel a little bit better about the live action project. Like, okay, they didn't leave because it sucked. They left because they were just given the keys to just do a whole studio of their universe, which of course they would have to be stupid to turn that down. Like, well, no, we're going to work on the live action version of the thing we already made. No, that would have been a dumb choice. So I'm very happy to hear about this. I am enjoying this ride. I kind of needed a new universe to get into. I've been with Star Wars for a while, but I don't like to intermingle with the fandom. I don't know why. They seem so charming and wonderful to talk to, but I've been in Mystery Science Theater fandom for so long, and that's always fun. Marvel fandom is great. I've kind of walked away from the DC fandom, so it's really nice to walk into something new and really enjoy it. It's so rich in lived in history. It's influenced by something other than Tolkien-esque fantasy, which is a huge win for this. It's kind of like cherry picked and designed from all sorts of Asian cultures, Indian cultures, Middle East cultures, and it's just so wonderful, and I absolutely adore it. And I'm excited for some of the people who've been making the show. So I'm really happy to see that project come together. Um, I was planning to do a first thoughts. I think I'll still do a first thoughts because I'm still kind of like putting my thoughts together. So I'm gonna be doing a um, full episode of first thoughts sometime tomorrow. I'll record one. So you get my thoughts, and I'm going to be looking a little bit more at some of the stories. Entertainment Weekly posted something. I just hope this doesn't mean I have to get Paramount Plus. Like, God, is that the only way I'm going to be able to watch this if I get like your goddamn streaming service? Like, because I will. I'll dump Hulu for it. I love Hulu. I don't know. I like Hulu, but I'll dump it for Avatar. I'll do it. And Lindsay, is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Yeah, I can't afford 5. That's too much. Man, this is like just as much pain as cable. Like, I almost feel like going back to cable with all this crap.
No.
You still prefer streaming?
I prefer streaming because if we stop watching one thing, we
Mhm.
can just get rid of that. And then, 5 months later, something else good is on it, we can get it back for a few months. It's not like cable where you have to have a package and
That's true.
it keeps, and you can't really pick and choose some of the things.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can basically pick your own lineup. You don't have to watch everything on Netflix.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a great point. Like, there's a whole bunch of shit on Netflix I never watch because I'm not interested in like their reality shows. I don't watch that stuff. But I watch all their animated stuff. I watch their horror stuff and their documentary stuff. So that's good news. Yeah, if Netflix was a cable channel, I would have to sit through or wait for other stuff to be over.
Mhm.
So yeah, I just wish I didn't have to pay for all these separate things. That's kind of a pain, but oh well. I'm going to be doing a full first thoughts video about that tomorrow. So I do want to talk about some comic books. I bought some today, and I thought I'd do some quick reviews of them. So I picked up Captain Marvel 26, and this is the end of the brand new world arc where Carol got sucked into the future. It's 2052, and a lot of heroes are dead, and there has been an apocalypse, but the world is putting itself back together. Proving once again the number 52 is just a shit number for superheroes. So there's this commotion going on. Like, oh, by the way, this is Kelly Thompson and Lee Garbett. And let's see, up from the ashes, came some new communities. New York is rebuilding itself, led by a lot of the children of the heroes Carol was friends with, and they're being threatened by Namor's son, this guy, and he has this plan. He's going to go back in time using Carol's power to kind of charge the time traveling magic that Magic is doing. And plot twist: Magic had been lying to him the whole time. Like, she didn't need Carol's power to do it. It does empty someone's life force and killing them. But it doesn't have to be Carol. So that was just to waste his time and piss him off and kind of wreck everything. He still does get away. He does go back to the Marvel present, whatever year that is, and Carol's got to go back. Before she goes, she gets kind of a look at everybody's kind of rebuilding the world, and things are kind of nice. We also see. Let's see. Oh, by the way, Jessica Jones is dead in this present. And let's see. By the way, there's Thor's daughter is Bridget Thor, and she's kind of impressive. Let's see. She meets Rhodey's daughter, and she discovers that Rhodey's daughter isn't her daughter. So Rhodey had a daughter with someone else sometime in the future, and that's going to come back. But in order to go travel back without telling her, Spider-Woman, Jessica Drew, and Magic arranged to do it, and Jessica sacrificed herself in order to take Carol back. Oh, and that's that scene is like really, that scene's really sad. Like Carol's really all busted up about it, and is sent back right to the spot, and like sees present day Spider-Woman, kind of like jumps on her like Dino from the Flintstones. It's a really sweet scene and pretty emotional. And then she breaks up with Rhodey because she doesn't feel right about being in a relationship anymore if that prevents someone that she likes to exist. And Rhodey's like, that's stupid. This is a possible future, who knows? It's, and Carol's not having it, and that's it. So we next issue is kind of like Carol going back into this the single life, which is it's pretty funny cover of all these characters hitting on her. Like there is no way she's gonna hook up with Namor. She hates that guy. So yeah, really good issue. Really strong ending for that arc. I'd give it 5 out of 5 Ram chips. I'd give the Brave New World arc as a total. I'd probably give it a 4. Really worth checking out. I'm not the biggest fan of like future apocalypse kind of timeline story thingies, although there's some like I like the Incredible Hulk Future Imperfect is really good. That one's pretty good. I'm not going to talk too much about X-Men 18. Don't have too much real strong things to say about it. It's real not, don't get me wrong, it's good. I don't want you to get that impression that it's a bad book, because yeah, it's just one chapter out of this long story arc that Jonathan Hickman is doing. It's written by Jonathan Hickman. It's it's Mahmoud Asbar. Excuse me if I muck that name up. We go back to the vault where we have the Laura Kinney Wolverine plus a couple other guys. The power sets are really advantageous to work in this weird environment of the vault, where time is slower than the Marvel Universe timeline, which is also slow. But and they come across these other mutants, which I don't know if I get a name of. This guy looks like random, by the way. I don't know if it's random or not. They get in this huge fight, and it looks like the world that's inside the vault is blown up, or at least a huge part of it is taken out. So whatever Jonathan Hickman is doing, he's definitely building this arc up. It's really interesting because his X-Men book has several different plot threads that he is like going back and forth on. Like he does like an issue or two in this plot thread, does one here, does one there, and you see them slowly building. And that's not even counting the 86 other X-Men titles that are also doing their own thing that are working in conjunction with him. So this is a really well-oiled machine right now. So I'm going to give this 4 out of 5 Ram chips. Pretty good. Now we get over to Amazing Spider-Man number 60. And look at that adorable centipede heart. There we are. This is from Nick Spencer and Mark Bagley. And I got to say, Mark Bagley's art is just always great. And I don't know why we don't just bite the bullet and go, hey, Mark Bagley's back for good on Spider-Man as long as he wants. This is good stuff. And Mark Bagley is one of those artists that just gets better with age and time. Like his stuff is just so good. And because you can't say that about all artists. Some artists just get lazier or sloppier, or I don't know, just their work diminishes. And he is not one of those guys. His stuff is really strong. Like he has these several pages of Peter talking, and it's just not cut and paste one shot over and over again. Like he does a really good job like evoking the emotions he's going through, because this is actually a pretty long dramatic scene. The issue is essentially Mary Jane decides to do something unusual to get Peter to confront the problems he's been going through with Harry Osborn, where she takes him to the stage of this abandoned theater that she used to work in, and gets him to kind of talk to Harry as if he was there. And he does kind of confront the problems with Harry and Norman, of course, and his own problems, and the fact that he has this ability to always put things back on himself. And it's rare when I see him kind of like really reflect on that. And this is a great moment of Mary Jane kind of coming and kind of helping him out right there, and that's kind of what he needs. However, there's a weird plot twist because someone else was in the room, and it was fucking Mysterio. And Mary Jane and Mysterio are working together on something. And yeah, they did that film together in the Amazing Mary Jane miniseries, which is really good. You should really check it out. But they are still working together. And there's no way in hell you get me to believe that she's doing this to hurt Peter. I think she has some motive that I can't really see right now. And maybe this is all they're working together to get at Kindred, which Mysterio has like he has a grudge against him as well. He brought him back to life, and he tortured him for the longest time. And there's one more scene where Doctor Strange confronts this guy, Mephisto, and looks like we are really getting into the end game as far as I don't know, just dealing with One More Day. I don't know if they're going to be ending it or retconning it, or I don't know what the plan is, but there is a plan to deal with it. Oh boy, this is really great stuff. Nick Spencer's work on Amazing Spider-Man has been kind of a lot of ups and downs. I think my biggest problem with it is several of the big arcs just kind of run into the next arc without a clear ending. It kind of we have this big buildup, and then it kind of sputters into the next story arc. And I know he's kind of writing this kind of old serialized style of comic book writing, but I don't know. I guess it is a little frustrating where it almost sometimes feels anticlimactic. But then issues come along like this, where it restores my faith in the book. And I don't know, it's kind of a roller coaster. This is really good stuff. I'm going to give it 5 out of 5 Ram Chips. Really enjoyed this issue. Hey, Mount Vernon Kids here. Hey, man. Let's see. I got some comments here. Board at church. Let's see. I need to sit down and watch it all again. Oh yeah, I already read that. Mount Vernon Kid, what's good? That's Hickman for you. Let's see. Makua. Let's see. Behind on Hickman X-Men, Spencer's Spider-Man. Literally, I have bought to 11 issues of both and haven't read them. Yeah, I'm 3 issues behind on Spider-Woman. I've been buying it. I've been keeping up, but I got out of the habit of reading it. And, what happens? You get the next issue and the next issue. Like, oh shit, it's starting to stack up. I'm gonna have to sit down and read them together before the next issue comes out. Let's see. Makua Bagley has always been my favorite Spider-Man artist. I absolutely adore Mark Bagley on, and it's such an art style that when you do a quick glance at it, it goes, oh well, this is just standard comic book art. But no, there's a lot of wonderful sophistication to it, and it just gets better and better. I absolutely love his work. Joel Davis. Oh, hey, Joel Davis. I haven't seen you in a minute. So we have Avatar post-series comics. Do you think we'll ever get some She-Ra post-series comics? That is so much you can do. I think so. I'm very curious. I don't know. It does feel like Stevenson has been moving on. I don't know. That'd be nice, but the Avatar universe is so huge. And they could literally go back and forth through time. It's great. But I'll do one more comic, and that is Miss Marvel number 18 or 75. It's the 75th anniversary. 75th issue anniversary, issue 18 of This is why I really despise Marvel's renumbering and stuff like that. Hey, happy 50th issue, issue 34, and back and forth like this. I don't like this kind of thing. And Miss Marvel, the argument for renumbering is always, well, hey, fans are stupid. They can't Google and they can't go back and buy trades. They have no idea, how, where to start on a comic. We got to start at number one. And that's a dumb argument anyway with an older character like Spider-Man, because like no one's gonna like think, oh, I need to buy 50 years worth of Spider-Man to get what's going on in this issue or something like that. Like Miss Marvel is like 5-6 years old. That's not much of it's 75 issues. It's not that hard. But anyway, outside of just bitching about renumbering, this is not only the 75th issue, it's let's see, Saladin Ahmed's last issue, it's Minkyu Jung's last issue, and it's the last issue of this series. I didn't know this was happening, but yeah, this is the last issue of the Magnificent Miss Marvel series. Now, she is still popular. She has a Disney Plus show coming. So yeah, they're going to do another series. They're not just going to, cancel the book and forget about her. But there's nothing, on the word that at the end of this issue, they say, follow her adventures in Champions, which, by the way, I do recommend. This is a great book, Champions. But yeah, we don't get an announcement for the next Ms. Marvel series. I'm guessing they're going to sit and wait until we get closer to the Disney Plus series premiere. Marvel's a little predictable, so I'm pretty sure that's what they're planning. So I guess they don't want to do a new number one series now when it's not, the show isn't ready yet. So I think that's probably the plan. I just wish maybe they just kept this book going until they did that. Oh well, enough complaining. What happens in the book? This is kind of a really good, solid wrap-up issue of a lot of the drama and storylines that Kamala has been going through. And we are going to, she's dealing with her father. He had that medical problem that has really kind of crippled him and caused him problems with walking. But yeah, he seems to be kind of pulling out of it a bit. His parents seem to be kind of a little more laid back, a little less strict. I'm guessing the past few story arcs have kind of had an effect on them, and they've kind of loosened up a little bit. Her brother is a little bit, not as much of a tight ass either. Being a parent has kind of done that for her. That's when she gets to run into her friends, and they're celebrating the return of the gym, which has probably been destroyed 87 times during the course of the series. And they're having this fun, and she decides oh, you know what? I've gone through so much crap lately. I'm just gonna have some fun tonight, my friends, and no drama. And of course, while they are taking a selfie, they notice this falling star right here, and she knows exactly what that's about. That is the Storm Ranger character, which is sort of her symbiote, really. It's the living armor that kind of became a robot and one of her enemies. She teams up with, during the fight, she teams up with, let's see, Amulet, who is actually stronger than he's ever been. And that's because part of his powers has to do with, let's see, part of his, it's emotional powers, and he's gaining strength from her friends who are worried about her, which is really sweet. So she's able to kind of take down Storm Ranger, and she goes back to the party essentially, and it ends on a really ends on a really nice note. I have to say I really did like Amen's run on Miss Marvel. I thought let's see, it tried to establish some new things and bring in some new villains, which I appreciate. It kept up the pace really nicely. Jung's art was very nice and consistent. I gotta say, Miss Marvel's been really lucky. She's had 2 main artists for her run, and that really does help I think, because some books come out and they have like several different artists and really is inconsistent. That's not really been the case for her. I thought this was really good. You can check it out. There's only 18 issues of Magnificent Miss Marvel. And I'd give this 5 out of 5 round chips. Pretty good. And I'm looking forward to whatever next series they got from her. And I'm going to see what kind of comments I got right here. Let me take a look. Let's see here. Let's see. I'd love to see Katra and Adora build on the relationship. Hordak and Entrapta. I really want to see Hordak making life for himself with Entrapta. They're my favorite ship. Let's see. Makua Bagley always gives Spidey the best giant eyes. Yeah, that's true. Let's see. There are 85 X books again. The universe has been corrected. Yeah, that's true. Good Lord. I can't believe like X-Men almost went away with like the Fantastic Four, and that was such a stupid move. And I've recently learned that it was actually one of the CEOs of Marvel, Perlmutter, who was very big about that, and he was playing like financial games with Fox. It seemed to be a big idea of his, which makes me realize he sucks, because that's a terrible idea. Why would you punch yourself in the face out of spite in order to, I don't know what he was trying to do. Like, they were still making the X-Men movies. That wasn't, I don't think it really hurt the X-Men movies that they weren't doing many comics with them. I don't know. And replacing the X-Men with Inhumans was not a good idea. No one liked it. They could not get people excited about them. There's no Inhuman Wolverine. There's no Inhuman Cyclops or Magneto or Jean Grey or Rogue. I mean, I could go down the list of popular X-Men characters, and I can't do that with the Inhumans. There's like the Dog and Medusa and Black Bolt and Miss Marvel, who is not even really part of their gang. She's only by blood and human, but she doesn't even care about all that stuff. And her series has never really focused on that angle at all. Since she discovered she was Inhuman, there was a few issues of that, and then she kind of went back to her own life. It was just only a part of who she was. So yeah, that was a complete failure. So I'm glad that they're backing up on that. Yes, I'm familiar that person Perlmutter is friends with, and I'm not going to mention his name as well. Let's see. Joel also says, so an interesting little documentary about Perlmutter, about his tenured CEO, and how he was involved with a lot of odd things. And yeah, I know. You can probably chalk up a lot of bad decisions. I don't like to. I'm always worried about chalking up too many bad decisions to one person, because a company is a lot of people and it's kind of a culture. So I don't know. I don't always like to blame one person. Boy, he's made a big chunk of mistakes. So there's that. I'm going to take a look and see if the lighting. Is anybody having a problem with the lighting? Do I look too ghost-like? Let me see. I'm going to come over here. Let me see if the lighting's better over here. Hello. Follow me over here. Oh, no, that's worse. Jeez. Lord. That's a little better. Let's see. I don't know. I'm beginning to feel like this is like powered by the sun. It's so bright. I'm going to have to do something with this camera. I recently got a new laptop, and I think it looks really good. I'm still kind of learning the basics of it, but the camera is like, whoa, boy. So yeah, I think that's kind of the bulk of what I wanted to talk about today. I guess we got WandaVision. I haven't been talking about WandaVision on the channel, but I do want to do a video about it after the whole thing is done. I think we have 1 or 2 episodes left on WandaVision or something like that. So I'm definitely going to do a video about it. And I'm going to say, I don't want to talk too much about the show right now because I kind of want to save that. I'm going to talk about the fact that I really have enjoyed the fact that it's come out weekly, rather than plastering the show all at once. And I think that's a better method. And it's been slightly controversial with Disney Plus because they've done that with the Mandalorian. And some people are like, oh no, they're going to put it out weekly. And same thing with this. And it's so strange to hear people talk about a show coming out weekly as if it's this weird alien thing that no one's heard of. It's literally the history of TV has been weekly and it's not even like something that hasn't happened in a while. Like there's still weekly TV shows that come out. It's I don't know. I just think, and it's one of those things where I keep wanting, is it me? Am I just being like an old fogey on this? Is the new thing, the better choice? And this time, no, the children are wrong. Debuting a show all at once, a whole season at once, I don't think is better than weekly because I think it's more fun for the fandom because you kind of have to sit with an episode for a week and wonder and discuss, and we're all going through it at the same pace as everyone else. Because look, some people will watch the new season of Stranger Things from 3 a.m. and just watch the whole season, and they're done by noon, and they're talking about it already online. It's like, I haven't even I was going to watch episode 1 tonight. I'm already hearing people talking about like all this stuff that's happened, and you'll hear people who watch different levels of it, and it's just chatter for maybe a week, and then it just goes away. This is actually, I think, more fun. It's more fun to get into each individual episode and figure out the mystery. I think it's hilarious how with this particular show, everyone is pointing at everything and going, "Oh, it's Mephisto. Oh, the rabbit's Mephisto. Oh, Ralph is Mephisto. The mailman's Mephisto." Like, it's kind of, I don't know. It's kind of fun, and I enjoy it. I think with what Disney Plus has been doing with this, I think, to me, proves a weekly rollout of a show is better than all at once. Now, here's the thing: if you're a fan of binging, you can just wait till the season's over and then binge it all you like. That's kind of just, binging has never been, to me, binging is like maybe a week. Like I'll watch, if it's an animated show of 20 minutes, maybe I'll watch 2 episodes at a time. If it's an hour-long show, I'm going to watch 1 at a time. And I'm not going to sit there for 13 hours and watch something. It's so strange because I hear people complain all the time about how long a movie is at 3 hours. They have no problem sitting for a 14-hour, TV series, which is a movie. If you just sit and watch it, I don't. It's one of those things where it's like I don't really feel. I don't think it's as good as people say it is. I just think, to me, the excitement I've seen with Mandalorian and WandaVision, I think, to me, proves that the weekly rollout system is a better system. And Sparky is Mephisto. That's right. I mean, everyone's Mephisto. So I don't know. It's kind of fun. It kind of reminds me of, kind of reminds me of, the early days of Steven Universe, where everyone was like pointing at everything, like going, "Oh, that's White Diamond. Oh, that drawing is White Diamond. Onion is White Diamond." Like, okay, like it's okay. You can calm down, but it's also fun at the same time. I am really bad at speculation, which is why I don't do them. Even when I was in the heart of reviewing Steven Universe, I would sometimes speculate, but I'd be wrong a lot. So, I'll leave that to other people. But I got to tell you, a lot of YouTubers have gotten a lot of mileage on WandaVision, and for good and for bad. Like, I have stopped watching videos, and not just WandaVision. They do this for other TV shows and stuff like that. Videos that go, oh yeah, all the Easter eggs, and the newest episode of Mandalorian, and they're just pointing at shit that I know, like hey, he shot that guy, which is like that one thing. Like, yeah, I know. Been a fan of Star Wars since '78. I kind of know a few things. And actually, I could not know anything about Star Wars, and I could tell he shot that guy. I don't. Those videos are very boring. They get a lot of hits, but God, they're boring. Like, so I guess that kind of thing is good for YouTube and content creators, because hey, you got to make shit. But I can't do videos like that. Let's see. That's probably why I'm not a successful YouTuber. I started this live stream kind of bitching about the state of this channel and finding motivation in order to keep going. And I don't know, it can be frustrating, because you'll work on something and it doesn't show anything. And I do this channel for fun, but when you feel like you're putting a lot of work into something that nobody seems to be interested in, it does kind of like take the motivation off quite a bit. So I'm still going to be doing videos. I have this new laptop, I think, is making me feel better about it. I'm also jumping over doing some videos for TikTok, because that takes less effort. And I think I'm going into a less effort approach for a while, because that's all you have to really do. Really, this is just like get in front of a camera and kind of know what you're. Actually, no, you don't have to know what you're talking about. I've seen way too many YouTubers not know what they're talking about. I'm gonna not do that. I'm not gonna do the thing where I make up some bullshit and then get mad about it for an hour. I know those videos are popular, but that's not what I like to do. So, am I rambling? I feel like I'm rambling. Okay. So, hey, let me see. Let me see if I got any questions here. Like, let's see. I like when they say ending explained and it's just their own interpretation. Yes. I used to watch some of those videos from time to time, and it did get a little like one, boring, and two, very loosely interpreting. Also, there's this nice person who has a YouTube channel that does these timelines of Avatar characters. And after watching a couple, I was like, he's just saying stuff that happened to the character. I mean, I know that. I've watched the show. That's not interesting to me. There's some, it's nice to know some interesting tidbit about a character, but if you just repeat the things that I watched, I don't need that. I don't need that information, because I already have it. It's in my brain. I saw it with my own eyeballs. And, the guy in the parking lot agrees, apparently. So I'm not going to do those videos. Those are boring. Anyway, like I said, I'm going to do a first thoughts on the Avatar announcement. I'm going to be posting that tomorrow. Do you want me to do more? Do you want me to do more live videos? Because these are kind of fun. I tend to ramble, so maybe I'll work on that. I'll see if I can do any videos with another person. That might be fun. So I can talk to another person. Let's see. I don't know. Ian, do you want to do a video with me, or Alfie, if you're watching this? That'd be kind of fun. I wouldn't mind seeing more video. Maybe talk some She-Ra with someone. Yeah. Although I don't know. It really does feel like the Netflix She-Ra is done. I don't know. I don't know if they're going. It does at this moment. It doesn't feel like they're going to do anything new. I feel like they've kind of done what they're going to do. But I don't know. Anything's possible. I've been surprised before. I do feel like we will see something Steven Universe in the next couple of years. Rebecca Sugar has talked about Steven Universe as if it's in the present. I know HBO Max is looking for content, and they've been doing this series of specials or animated films of the of Venture Time. So I know they have to have their eyes on Steven Universe. And I saw a posting from Zach Callaghan recently saying, he's getting better, and he might be back soon, which is great. I was kind of happy to hear that. I don't know if I told you that. Zach Allison has kind of been off the grid for a while.
Yeah.
I don't know what his problem has been, but he has been dealing with it, and he just went away. And he recently posted something along the lines of like he's getting better, he's coming back, and stuff like that. So that's kind of nice to hear. So yeah, I'm very curious to see what we're going to do with the end of this WandaVision show. I'm going to be doing a spoiler review of the entire series once we have the whole thing. If I was a smarter person, I'd do reactions, but I'm not. I'm not very good at reactions. Because I like watching reaction videos, but I'm not good at it because I tend to watch and focus. Like the whole video will just be me doing this. Like that's not entertaining. I don't like that. And I've seen two types of reactors that I don't like. The ones that do what I just did, don't react and just stare at the screen for 20 minutes while you hear a TV show in the background. They're boring. And the people who are way too excited to entertain you and way too excited to talk and be funny, and they're talking all the way through the thing to the point where I'm like, are you paying attention to the thing you're reacting to? Because it doesn't feel like it. It feels like you're talking to me. There's a nice healthy balance, and I've been following a few reactors that they find that balance, but it's not easy, and I can't do it because I focus. I soak in everything I see when I watch a thing. So I can't do that. Maybe for trailers. I think trailers is a different story. But a whole TV show is that's no go for me. So, hey, I think I might be done. We're getting close to the end of the hour, and I hope let's see, you have picked up some comic books. Like I said, I picked up Amazing Spider-Man this week, Magnificent Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel, and X-Men. I thought they were all very good. I do recommend all of them. Let's see, the Champions, I think, continues in another week or so. That book has been very good, and I do recommend checking it out. Let's see, do we have any more questions before I get going? Let's see, Makua, the year off of the MCU honestly helped be more enthusiastic for year later stuff because I was burnt out. And yeah, that's true. It was a break. And I have heard people that's actually a good point. And I remember a few years ago when Disney really started getting their plan together for Star Wars, and they really kind of came out with this plan that looked very similar to the Marvel plan, where it's like one movie a year and a TV series here and there that had it all mapped out. And they have mostly stuck to that. They've kind of gotten a little looser with it, but it was one of those things where it's like, you should probably let things sit for a while and let people miss it for a while. To me, I thought Star Wars isn't Marvel. Marvel is a more consecutive kind of thing. The fans of the comics are used to the thing coming out every month, and the films have kind of in a way kind of followed that serialized method of storytelling. And Star Wars, even though it is inspired by serials, there was more of a special nature to them coming out, and them coming out too much maybe felt a little like rushing a little bit. And I remember thinking, like, after the third sequel film comes out, maybe they should take like a couple years off from making Star Wars stuff. Although literally the next month they started with Mandalorian, but we do have some period time between Mandalorian seasons, and they still haven't really announced the next films. So I guess they are kind of taking a break, and we've kind of accidentally, through this horrible event, been forced to take a year off from Marvel. And you're right. I think that's a really good point. I think it's given creators and fans some time to rest, and I think there's something to be said about that. I think that does. I think that does help kind of everyone involved. So that's a pretty good point. Let's see, but boring reactors can possibly be a way to watch things behind a paywall. Yeah, that's true. I wonder if that's why some boring, really quiet reactors are popular. Like, oh, well, I don't have to hear this idiot talk. So I actually have done that once. Because I couldn't find the thing I wanted to watch. And I was like, well, I really want to watch this up. I'll watch through this guy. Now, a lot of them will cut episodes so they don't get like flagged on YouTube. So there's that pain in the ass. Steven Universe was a different story because those are only 11-minute episodes. So sometimes some people just let those roll, but not always. So I think we're about the hour mark here. I started a few minutes before 10, so we're hitting an hour. Actually, yeah. The clock on the wall says 57 minutes, and I have rambled a lot. I hope my camera isn't too distracting. I'm going to try and figure out I got to get a different light because that light is blinding on this thing. I mean, we're getting close to J.J. Abrams' camera work here, so that's not good. All right. I'm going to be talking to you guys later. This was fun, and maybe I'll do another one, I don't know, next Wednesday. I'm not too sure when. But, hey, tell me when you want to see more live Manos. Like, should I post these on the weekends or in the middle of the week? I don't know. Do you have a preference? Just let me know. All right, I'm going to head out. So I'm going to push my own button. Thank you.